So, what did you sort of learn about manifestation when you had these experiences? How much influence do you feel we have over our lives, and how does it go together with this plan that we actually have, which is quite a destiny, right? So, how much do we influence?
Yeah. So at first I was like, free will is an illusion. I'm trapped here. This is crazy. That's how I felt at first. Again, thank goodness for integration and actually being able to process the experience. So free will and manifesting and pre-birth planning, like, can they all go together? Yeah, they do. So pre-birth planning is the major plot points of your life. They're already mapped out. So you signed up. Okay, we'll use the analogy of school now. I love going back and forth between like Earth is a school, Earth is a movie, Earth is a video game. So Earth is a school, and you sign up for a specific major. You have specific classes that you already said, like, I'm going to take this class. I'm going to learn this lesson. This is what I'm coming to Earth to do. So that's already mapped out. Now, everything that you do in between that, that's where your free will and your power to manifest come into your experience. So I've always been manifesting my experience, but I've been doing it unconsciously. So my thoughts before were, I'm impoverished, I'm a prostitute, I'm a drug addict, I hate my life. And so my experience was a reflection of that thought system. So now I have different thoughts. I'm an abundant individual. I'm surrounded by spiritual community. I have a connection to the divine, my spirit guides and angels. I love my life. And so now my reality reflects that thought system. And, it's not just like, I can't just affirm those things. Like, I love life. If you're in the midst of like suicidal depression, obviously you cannot affirm that you love life because you don't right now. So it's really about dismantling the belief system. So for me, my mind was on a one-track system for, the entirety of it. It was feel a feeling, get drugs to cover up the feeling, get money to get drugs to cover up the feeling, do depraved things to get that money, and rinse and repeat over and over and over again. And that was my whole life. So I had to start to dismantle that thought system. So, like I just started at the beginning, have a feeling. Okay, I'm not going to go to the point where I'm going to use drugs to cover up the feeling. Instead, I'm going to sit with the feeling. And it's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable, but it's a wave and it passes. All feelings are waves, even ones of joy and elation. They come and go too. Like everything will pass. So, yeah, like the power of manifestation in my own life, I started with really small stuff. Like I came into the awareness of the law of attraction and metaphysics while I was in treatment, recovering from my drug addiction. Like I started to devour everything I could get my hands on. I had never used my mind before. So I was really excited to be online and being able to use it. So I started reading all these books. And so I just started with really small things because I didn't believe that I could manifest a whole new life for myself. But I thought, well, maybe I can manifest a bag of peanuts, and so I just started with really small things like that. And then once I, manifested a bag of peanuts, I was like, whoa, maybe I can manifest my favorite candy bar. And then just like building up my confidence and my courage to really take things on. And then and always taking action steps as well. So like from there, I started setting goals and I made a manifestation list and I manifested a beautiful home for myself. I was homeless for a year and a half. I manifested recovery, communities. I called in the members of my soul tribe to myself through manifestation. Like after my spiritual experience, I had all of these really divine connections to the non-physical. Like all my best friends were all these non-physical entities. And when I left treatment, I set out a prayer and an intention and a call to manifest into my reality. I said to my spirit guides and my angels, I said, it would be really great if you guys could manifest into physical people so that this experience doesn't seem so lonely here. And as soon as I set that intention, they all came to me. Every single one of my communities, I found them. And, I tried different things on. Like I'd go to a bunch of different sharing groups or things that I was interested in. Like I'd find communities that were doing stuff. And, not all of them fit. I was like, oh, these aren't my people. This doesn't feel aligned. And I move on to the next thing. But I just keep taking action. And manifesting is also about taking action. I have to stay in the action of changing my thought system, changing my beliefs, doing things that keep my energy high and elevated. And yeah, those are my thoughts on manifestation.
That is very inspiring because I'm always very curious about this manifestation process. And it's really empowering to know that we do have so much influence. And many who have had these spiritual experiences, it seems like you just crack open that all of a sudden you have these abilities. And you just mentioned your guides. And I'm curious if you have a connection to guides that you're working with. Do they have any message for us today?
Yeah, so everybody has connections to their guides. And I think the main message that my guides are always encouraging me to share is that you also have access to guides. So, and I'll just share like a quick little exercise on kind of how to call in your guides. Number one, you got to believe, right? You got to believe that you're worthy of guides. So like for me, my spirit guides are my customer service agents for here, like in this store of earth, right? So I can pick up the phone and I can call up customer service and be like, hello, I need some help. This isn't going the way that I want it to, but I got to wait on hold sometimes for like an insane amount of time. And I just got to trust and believe that like whoever's on the other end of the line is actually going to be able to help me. So I do character development around my guides. I design them and, you know, I make them like very regular because it makes me feel like safer and it seems more attainable to me. Like if I actually think about source kind of like swooping in with all of the like the majesty of the universe to come and help me, that seems like a little too far away for me. You know, like how can I connect with that? I mean, I absolutely have the ability to, but I do it in layers and in levels. So like my main spirit guide that I'm working with right now, his name is Philip. He's just like a regular guy, you know, like he wears like khakis and like a button-up shirt. And he's like, hey, I'm Philip. And he helps me with certain things. And so I design all of my spirit guides like that. So like Philip's main purpose in my life is assisting me with manifestation, attracting financial abundance into my life, and dismantling my poverty mentality, my poverty consciousness. So like he's been spending a lot of time with me recently because I'm going through a shift like that. And then I have other spirit guides that help me with other things. I have a spirit guide that helps me with relationships. I have a spirit guide that helps me with, you know, like my passion, with fulfilling my purpose. And I just have done character development around all of them. I give them all shapes and names and faces and voices and the attributes that each of them have.
To watch the full video, click the link below, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel.